Hey guys, this is the introductory lesson to hands-on equations fractions. For this lesson, you're going to need the handout that has the problems. We did some of these in class, but some of you weren't there, or some of you would like to go over these a little bit slower again. That's great. You do need a copy of this. You will need the set of pieces that we were given out in class, and also you're going to need your hands-on equations dice, okay? The first idea that you have to understand before you get into this is understanding that each one of these pieces, this has a value, okay? So at this point, yellow is one whole of something, and that could be a whole 6 or a whole 12 or a whole 24, as you're going to find, a whole of something. We don't know what that number is, but this will be the whole of the number. The red pieces will be half of the number, right? So this fraction here would be 1/2. So when we say one whole, they're going to, hands-on equations is going to use the variable, the letter y, which conveniently stands for yellow. Half of y, right, would be one of these pieces. And then, of course, 2 halves would be the same as one whole. We could lay it right on top there, right? So it's equivalent to one whole. But each individual piece would be 1/2, okay? Then we have the blue pieces, which are 1/3, and 1/3 of y each. Of course, that means that 3 of these pieces will make up a whole y. We could lay it right on top. So we have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3 would make a whole. And then, of course, the last set of pieces you have are going to be the sixths, because again, 6 of these individual pieces will fit in the same area that a whole yellow would fit, okay? So you have to understand what each of these values are, and from when we start working with solving equations, you're going to be seeing notation that if they ask for 1/3 y, we're going to be asking for one of these pieces. If they ask for 2/3 of y, then you're going to give them 2 of these pieces, and so on. It should be pretty intuitive, okay? So from an introductory standpoint, that's all we're looking for there. Let's look at lesson 1, okay? And in this case, they're saying that half of y is equal to 5. So of course what they're saying is the red piece, right, is equal to 5. If the red piece is equal to 5, 2 reds, right, 2 halves equal a whole. So if each piece is 5, then a yellow piece is going to equal twice that, 10, okay? Pretty simple. Let's do the second one here. Example 2, okay? So this says that 2/3 of y is going to equal 16, all right? So the blues are the thirds, so we're saying that 2 of these 1/3 pieces are equal to 16. Well, that means that each of these blue pieces have to be worth 8, okay? So we'd say 1/3 of y, a blue piece, is equal to 8. And of course, it takes us 3 pieces, right? 3 of these pieces fit to make y. So a whole y is going to equal 8, 16, 24. Okay, so there's our answer. What we're looking for, the value of the whole y. That's all that lesson 1 asks you to do. If you go to the worksheets, you'll find that there are 8 problems, and each one of them, all you're being asked to find is the value of, say, the red piece if it's 1/2, and the value of y if we're talking about, if we find the value of a red piece, then y is going to be twice the red piece, because 2 halves make a whole. If we find the value of a blue piece, or a third, then y is going to be 3 times the blue piece, because 1/3 times 3 will give me the whole. And then finally, with the greens, if I find the value of one green piece, you could actually see this. This is 1/6 is equal to 5. If 1/6 is equal to 5, then 6/6, which will be a whole, would equal 5 times 6, or 30. Okay? The first lesson is really quite simple. All right? See you later.